You need to make content. You need to make content. That's what I'm gonna say. This is the video. You need to make content. Listen, it doesn't matter about anything else right now. It doesn't matter about whether you're camera shy. It doesn't matter about whether you're scared. It doesn't matter about what you think people are gonna say about you, whether it's your friends or family. It's not about that. It's not about that right now. You need to make content. And I really need to let you know this with the utmost respect. You need to make content, otherwise it's going to be a long day for you. And when I mean that, the way that things are going, and I'm very slow in the process myself, to be fair, I was very much the same. I didn't want to post any content myself. I didn't want to be deemed as any sort of content creator. I didn't want to be posting my face on social media. I didn't want to record content for all sorts of reasons. I was nervous to be on camera. I never had the camera confidence to put myself out there. I just didn't feel comfortable with thinking what other people are going to think or what they have to say about me trying to make content or wanting to do something different with myself. But honestly, it doesn't matter. It does not matter what people think, and it doesn't matter about how you're feeling about doing it. It is no longer optional. This content thing is no longer optional. It is extremely essential in the way that the economy is going. And I'll explain why. As you may have read on my blog, check out my website, www.tariqpeters.co.uk. I got so much content on there, personal branding, marketing, PR. Take your pick. I got so much content that you can read. But if you're looking to check me out on YouTube, thanks for being here. The reason why it is no longer optional, the creator economy, everyone who has been on this journey way before myself or way before a lot of people in the professional realm, they've been there and they've done that. They know the tricks and the trade of what it means in order to create content and what that actually means, right? And as professionals in our fields, we didn't think that it was necessary. We didn't think that actually putting out our own content is going to be beneficial for what we're looking to do. But as the economy is progressing and the economy is changing, it is no longer a realm where you cannot be producing content in order for you to be more visible, because there's going to be so many professionals who have now entered the realm of content creation who are going to be making this content. They're going to be making this content and they're going to be seen as an obvious choice compared to you, because no one knows who you are. They don't know what you represent. They don't know what you like, what you enjoy. They don't know your favorite foods. If you wonder, my favorite food is pizza, in case you didn't know. But that's the whole point I'm trying to make. No one necessarily knows who you are and why you should be picked above other people who are not only in the same field as you and doing similar work as you, but what is it that makes them pick you? And if you do not have the content and you do not have the resources and anything online to suggest otherwise, you're always going to be picked second. You're always going to be picked second. And in the case of when people are looking to work or collaborate with certain people, it's very rare that the second person gets selected unless there's any particular issues where the first person may be selected. And even so, matter of fact, you won't even be the second person because they're going to pick the other person that's the most visible. If you are not even visible to begin with, how would I even claim you to be the second place? You're going to be last. And in the process of being lost, you have to go through all those certain people. And there's going to be so many sort of thresholds that these organizations or these brand partnerships or these companies are going to be looking at to see, why should we pick this person? If they're not even, if you're not even on their radar, they're not even going to consider you. And I say that with the utmost respect because trust me, I was exactly the same as you. I was scared out of my mind of doing this content, but not only do I feel a lot more comfortable and confident in doing so and being able to talk to the camera. If you checked out my previous videos, I always spoke about the importance of me wanting to be more confident on camera and I got big plans for the new year, trust me. So right now I'm really just trying to hone in on the skills that I have and really trying to improve and upgrade in terms of my communication, the work that I do, the support that I provide for not only my clients but people who reach out to me that want my support in terms of building their personal brand and helping them on that personal branding journey. I found the thing that makes me tick. I found my purpose, and through doing that, I realized that the best way in order for me to reinforce this is through producing content. And when I tell you that even within the short time frame of me producing this video content has been a game changer for my life, for business, for career prospects, it honestly, it really made a shift in my life without me even realizing within such little time. And it all comes down to the fact that took the risk I took the risk of embarrassment. You know, many people say that, you know, embarrassment is the cost of entry when you are looking to do something bigger than yourself, or you're really looking to make a name for yourself outside of the realms of normal, you know, corporate life, 9 to 5s and stuff like that. And not to say that you don't even need to be doing this on the basis that you want to divert your attention into your work and do something completely different. You don't have to do that. All I'm saying is that the content side of things, in terms of building your personal brand, is what provides that leverage and that job security for where we are entering, right? We need to do this. We need to make sure that our personal brand is on point for what the future holds for us. And if it comes down to additional opportunities that come off the back of building it and off the back of you producing that content, then it's a bonus as far as I'm concerned. So I'm not asking you to be an influencer. What I'm asking you to be is a key person of influence in your industry, right? Become a key person of influence. And through doing that, you start to attract a lot more opportunities. You start to bring in potential leads for your business if you choose to do so, which makes you someone that they will need to keep. Because if you're someone that can bring revenue into the business, there's no reason as to why they will get rid of you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's in your best interest. And it's hard. It can be hard, but you need to realize what you're doing it for, and you need to be really focused on the pursuit of your goals in terms of that. And what I always say, it's about compounding. It's that compounding effect that always drives home for me, because it may not look like anything at the time. When I first started putting out a couple videos weekly, it didn't look like anything, but through previous experiences of me doing things consistently on a weekly basis, I knew that if I just keep on going, then it's going to attract the people who are going to want to know more about me, that's going to want to work with me, collaborate with me, and build genuine relationships. You know what I mean? So with that, I would say, please start posting content. And if you are in a position where you're thinking, yeah, I want to, but I don't know how, leave a comment below and let me know. And then I will produce a video letting you know how I never run out of content ideas and how I always have content to talk about and what to say. And if you need additional assistance in terms of what it means to be able to have those content ideas, check out my last video on how to build your personal brand core pillars. Those core pillars will guide you and they will help you throughout your journey of building your personal brand and being able to develop the content that you need to do so. What I would say, there's so many benefits of being able to do it that are listed, but with that, I would say start with one platform. Don't be in a position where you feel like you have to do everything all at once. Focus on one platform. When I started producing content, I literally started writing on my blog. I started writing one blog a week, and I just kept consistent with that until I got to a point where I felt, you know what, this is a lot more easier for me to be producing on a weekly basis. I started to habit stack. I started to add additional things in the week that I'm dedicating myself to doing on a weekly basis. The blog comes out on Wednesday, the newsletter comes out on Thursday, and the YouTube video comes out on Friday, every single week without fail, because it was a promise I made to myself. Make the promise to yourself, start small and build from there. And lastly, before I finish this video, because I know all these videos are long, but you just want to get straight to the nitty gritty, just remember, we are now living in the era of interest media, right? Before it was social media, it was the case of social very much lined up within your initial circle, very small group of people who would align with your content. They will like, they'll comment, they'll post, and you're kind of building and making content around your community. Interest media has shifted the game completely. We are now in the era where you can build your personal brand just off the back of what you're interested in. If you're interested in Pokemon cards and you build a profile of you being a Pokemon card collector, you will find your tribe, you will find your community. And that's how you initially build on that. Through my framework, the P.H.A.S.E.S framework, the last S is, no, sorry, not the last S, that's sustainability. The other S in P.H.A.S.E.S is strategic partnerships. It's the element of how you are able to position yourself across a wide range of different people, whether it's through communities, whether it's through organizations, or whether it's through people that are on the same path as you within the same industry, developing and building this content and working through that. You will find your community and your tribe based on the things that you like. So if you are sitting there not knowing what to talk about, not knowing what content to post about, focus on the things that interest you. What do you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy reading? Do you enjoy listening to music? Do you enjoy listening to podcasts? Whatever your vibe is, whatever makes you happy, start developing content based on that. From there, you will get in a position of you finding like-minded people who enjoy all the stuff that you enjoy. And through that, you can start to build a community of people on the same journey, just in different realms. And through that, you are able to be seen as the key person of influence within your particular niche. And that's where the main thing is. Focus on your niche. There's far too many people who are so broad in their pursuit of doing different things. And I'm not saying do not start to be producing different forms of content. I'm just saying make it easier for yourself. Focus on one thing, focus on one niche, and focus on your one objective. Make a promise to yourself and a dedication to yourself that you are going to do that one thing every single week. Whether it comes down to a blog post, whether it comes down to a video, whether it comes down to a podcast, whatever it is, as long as you know you can do it, and then you can work towards building up that repetitive muscle in your body to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, you can do it. So please create that content. Please, if you're watching this, add a comment to say you've watched it and you're going to start producing content, because I have been in the same position that you were in, you know what I mean? And I've seen it for myself, the importance of having that consistency and that importance of just starting and building content. And look, I'm literally just talking to the camera. The background, there's nothing much really going on as of yet. Wait till next year, I'm going to start getting this place all nice and spruced up. But the point of the matter is, I was making so many excuses for myself as to why I'm not ready to make the content. The camera I'm recording on, I had the camera since 2018, probably 2018, 2019. Did I ever touch the camera once? No. It's ridiculous. But I realized that all the excuses that I was telling myself was only setting me back in terms of what I wanted to do and my mission and what I was trying to achieve. And now that, you know what it really took? As I mentioned, me jumping out of a plane to figure all of this stuff out and realizing where I was going wrong, and just, figuring out all those things myself through just finding out those areas of why I was particularly scared of doing these things, to be fair. And it all came down to that imposter syndrome. It all came down to, looking silly and, looking kind of embarrassing. But through the process of seeing so many amazing people building their personal brands, building their profiles and producing content, it gave me the inspiration to know that if they can do it, then I can certainly do it too. And I assure you, if I have come from a position where I can't even pronounce certain words great, or sometimes I'm getting it mixed up, I'm there. I'm active, I'm present, and I'm showcasing who I am through the process of it, no matter if I'm getting content wrong or mixed up or whatever the case. And that's the reason why I'm doing this content, no editing. I said it because I wanted to make a point that you can produce content in whatever way works for you. Just make sure that you get into the process of being consistent. And then once you get into the pace of being consistent and you're getting that content out on a weekly basis, then every video, start to improve it, start to add little bits to it, start to make it known that you're getting more serious about your craft, and just enjoy the process. That's what I'm saying. Enjoy the process. I don't know for everyone, but for me, once I get into the rhythm of actually recording the content, I really do enjoy it. And not to sound crazy, but it's more a form of therapy for me, just speaking directly to the camera and just letting you guys know what's really going on, you know what I mean? And with that, that's all I really need to say. Produce that content, get the content out. If you have any issues in terms of what you want to do or how you want to produce it, get in touch, reach out to me. All of the details are in the description box below. Leave a comment and let me know if this helps. And please also make sure that you like the video and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. I'm being consistent and I'm going to be posting every Friday on YouTube for the foreseeable future. As far as I'm concerned, every video will be out on Friday. And in the new year, I'll be in the process of producing different content as well. It's not just going to be the talking head videos. As we continue to grow and develop and we start to produce more content and I showcase a lot more of my personal branding journey, I want to take you on that journey to let you all know that it is very much possible. All you need to do is get out of your head and get to work, because trust me, you don't want to be in the position when there's things at stake and people have a long list of people who they're considering, and you always end up last just because you didn't think to yourself, let me just get that content out. What do I have to lose? Trust me, the next economy is going to be a whole completely different realm. And we need to be ready, and we need to be in a position where we are producing content and we're getting more comfortable to produce this content, because we are here to make impact and we are here to make an influence. And through those means of impact and influence, those are the only real ways that we're going to make income that's going to actually be something that will allow us to build and grow and develop. I'm sure you don't want to just be making, getting paid 12 times a year for the rest of your life. There's so many ways to develop and grow and to earn a living off of the things that you love and enjoy. And all I really want for you guys is to do that. I want you guys to really just hone in on the things that genuinely make you happy and genuinely make you like wake up every morning thinking, you know what, I am blessed to be able to do this and work towards my goals and, do the things that I genuinely love and enjoy. I want that for you. And if you want that for yourself, please subscribe to the video and I'll catch you in the next video next week. But enough love, man. Look after yourself. Peace out.